Good afternoon, Sports Insanity Network fan. It's Mark Oldox, Guy Halpern, along with Vice President, my PIC, Danny Boy, Dan Ryans. How are you?
Mark Halpern. I'm doing great, man. And look, Knicks, we can wait till Saturday to get excited. What are you talking about? I'm always excited for Knicks playoff. Let's go.
So here we are. We know that not much between now and Saturday. Did the Knicks have to be concerned about? The Knicks will play against the Atlanta Hawks, which Dan and I, on our more recent episode, both had said we would love it to be Toronto. Reasons why is because they own Toronto pretty much all this season.
Yeah, I
And
mean, look, the Knicks and look, the Toronto put up a nice effort against the Knicks, but the Knicks always took care of business. So we would have loved to either have Toronto fall to the six. Didn't quite happen that way over the weekend. So we get Atlanta, who's a tougher team than Toronto.
absolutely.
Even though Toronto is seated, higher, you know, Atlanta has actually played well against the Knicks. So, um, not what I wanted, but if the Knicks are truly the team we believe they are, and they believe they say they are, there should be no problem. So let's go.
Right. And we've been here before with the Knicks and the Hawks. Of course, that the first time, did not really go the way they wanted, especially with Trey Thomas and Capella. Trey Thomas, my God, I deserve to be, yeah, ding on that one. Trey Young and Clint Capella kind of owned the Knicks that run, and then the Knicks over the last 3 years have not blown opportunities.
Mm.
They have gradually climbed each season. And if we were to keep the story the way it's going, the next step is the ECF and then right into the championship. We would like to make it two steps this year and not have to wait another year, but
Yeah. I wanna win the conference final and go to the NBA finals. And then the year after win the NBA finals because no one's beating the Thunder or the Spurs. Um, take what you can get, Olaps guy.
it, you know, the Thunder, the Western Conference is a different animal altogether. And we've seen the Knicks play the Thunder, and they played them very well. But even at their highest peak of play, they still were beat by 10 or more points each time. Sorry, 7 points one time, and
Right.
then they played them so tight. But let's face it, it's one of those two teams. You don't want to face either one, but
Mm.
we'll see how it happened. But let's show you how where the Knicks closed out and how we got here. And we're going to start off against the team we were playing against this Saturday. The Knicks beat the Atlanta Hawks 108 to 105. Game highs from the normal suspects: Jalen Brunson, Carl Anthony Town with the usual double double, and OG in there. Mikal Bridges deciding to go above 12 consistently more lately and getting 15 to 17. And then the bench being used a little bit less in this game. And I was wondering, was this trying to say, look, this is who we could potentially be playing in the playoffs in the first round? Let's throw out there what we intend to do and let's see what it can do against them.
Yeah. All these games against Atlanta have been pretty tight. They have great defense against the Knicks. Um, CJ McCollum, ever since they got that trade from Washington, has been phenomenal for them. Um, it's funny how, we're going to trade one of our best players in Trey Young, and they actually got better after that. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's funny how it works. No, the Knicks played the Knicks and Hawks. They were neck and neck, all season long. So this is like a warm up, and I know that McCollum at that half court heave at the end of
Yeah.
this game that obviously didn't count. If you look at the review, I knew it wasn't going to count, but
Yeah.
it was
It
it
was
was a
something
wild
though.
shot. It was a wild shot though.
As we can see that from the bench, the big three that really played was Mitchell Robinson, Landry Shamet, and Miles McBride. This saying that nobody else who entered the game doesn't mean they have no intention to be used in the playoffs. They're just getting extra rest in these last few games,
Yeah.
so that when it comes time to step on the court on Saturday, they're ready to go. So the Knicks end up taking this one, and again, against their matchup on Saturday, it's a good, strong effort. But I like this one even better. Even though, yes, it's at the end of the season, they're still gonna win where they are, being the Boston Celtics. The New York Knicks came out and beat the Boston Celtics 112 to 106. Now, Dan, before I get into the points and whatnot, this was a game that we were waiting for all year,
Mhm.
because this showcased, let's face it, the full Boston team. Jason Tatum back in, not averaging up above about 27 minutes, but still making a presence. The Knicks, usual high pointers, usual suspects, Jalen Brunson with 25, and Josh Hart putting up a 26 spot on this game. Again, the bench limitedly used. Carl Anthony Towns again, another double double. But let's just talk about the one person who's going to be talked about in the playoffs, and that's Jason Tatum. Played 40 minutes, 24 points, 8 from 10 from free throws. But here's the big key that I think shows he still has a problem with that foot. 2 for 10 for 3-point range.
But he still had 24 points. He had double
Right,
double. Like he's
right.
moving around well, given the timeline that it usually takes for that Achilles to heal. Like usually it's a season long injury. Like, and look, I know it happened later in the playoffs, but you ain't seeing Tyrese Halliburton out there. So it's it's remarkable how well Jason Tatum is moving, and he's played very well for the Celtics. It's been a big time added element to Jaylen Brown. Obviously, Jaylen Brown did not play in this game, but yeah, no, he looks great. Okay, so he didn't shoot well from three. Well, I mean, if I'm the Celtics, if I can get everything else, I don't care about that. So
Fair enough. Fair
yeah.
point. This game was 3 points, 5 points, 4 points, up until the fourth quarter, where the Knicks kind of really took control
Yeah.
and ended up taking the fourth quarter 31 to 23. And that's really where the separation in this game came, as both teams were on each other's heels up until probably about the last 8 minutes of the game when
Yeah.
the Knicks went on that run.
Yeah.
So
By the way, Josh Hart with two dagger three-pointers at the
something,
end of the
it's
game.
it's good to see him now starting to come
Like,
alive point wise, because that's the Josh Hart we're gonna need
yeah.
more of.
Well, I want to see the big time defensive Josh Hart, and then if you add the 10 to 13 point Josh Hart along with the defensive effort he gives, I mean, I'm telling you, this team's ready. This team's ready to go. Like, and now you just need Mikal Bridges to become the defensive big time playmaker he was. Um, that won them the Boston series last year. And then you allow OG, you allow Brunson, you allow Cat take care of everything else.
We sure know that unless something tragically happens, and we never wish for anything tragically to happen to anybody, the Knicks could be facing the Boston Celtics come the ECF in shorter times to come. The Knicks then went on to play the team. Oh, sorry,
Just,
Dan.
just to correct, we are in the Boston tier of the bracket, so we would be facing them before the
Before that,
conference
right?
finals.
Yeah, maybe that will actually be a better reason. Um, The Knicks then went on their winning ways to beat the team that we wanted them to face in the playoffs, and that would be the Toronto Raptors, beating them 112 to 95. Besides that first quarter, I'm sorry, besides that second quarter, I was saying it wrong. Besides that second quarter, Toronto played actually pretty well. They just died in the second quarter. They couldn't hit anything.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Raptors. They're a good team. They're a good team for a reason. They made the playoffs. Um, but ultimately, what it comes down to is, you know, Knicks going into this game were 4-0 against the Raptors, and your usual guys came out and played their asses off. And again, good effort, but these Raptors players, they're no match for the Knicks. Like, not at all, bro. So, yeah, it's the New York Knicks. Like you said, that first quarter was iffy. Third quarter they were neck and neck, but then it was really that second quarter where they took control of the game. And when you have a big quarter, it doesn't matter where it comes from, you know, that's gonna dictate what this game's gonna be like. And for the Knicks, that's what it was. And I know again, and it was tighter than usual, but the Knicks made the big time hoops and got the big time stops to make sure the Raptors don't, you know, really come alive against them.
And as we knew, the Knicks had already punched their ticket. So coming into the last game, it was a game of rest for
And
90% of the
by the
starters.
way, 13 straight time for against the Raptors that they beat them. So
Right. And the
yeah,
exact reason why we wanted to face them in the first round.
exactly. Yeah.
Coming into the game against the Charlotte Hornets, the only Knicks starter that was going to be in the game and really only went out there for, I think, to keep his game consistency of starting, but did not play more than a minute was Mikal Bridges. I think it
Yeah.
had to do with amount of games he's starting and gets some type of
Yeah,
bonus.
he has played literally every single game ever.
Right. So his
Like,
job was just to get on the stat book somehow. And how did he do it? He had a personal
yeah,
foul.
so
That
so
was
like
it.
this is him extending his streak. He's never missed a game, even though he didn't play. So
Right.
that's what it was. Yeah.
So in this game, the Knicks looked to literally everybody who was left and called up a few people. Uh, Miles McBride, to me, showing up with 21 and Alvarado with 16 is actually kind of crucial because they are going to be two of the most weighed upon coming into the playoffs. Obviously, we don't see Mitchell Robinson or Carl Anthony Towns out there. So Hookah Porty and Diawara were your rebounding guys. I love the idea of Hukapori more than Diawara because I just feel Hukapori is a little bit more assertive with his body, and I think he'll be third if God forbid something happens to Mitchell Robinson again, which we don't wish.
Yeah, Dior is he's young. He'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Like,
he's got time.
yeah, I'm not worried about him. He's a rookie. First full season playing, mostly off the bench. Got obviously an extended look here. Based on the fact that the Knicks basically played their bench, I'm actually very impressed. I mean, you know, the Hornets, they're throwing out LaMelo, they're throwing out Miles Bridges and all those people. Like, and look, they didn't necessarily have great games, but
No,
like, I'm impressed by what the Knicks threw out there. Very
and they were able
solid
to
to see
contend.
Miles McBride though, like
Yes,
go out there and play well. That's
and
good.
as I said, he will be that person who you'll see off the bench quite often, relied on that outside shooting and assist package that he likes to bring along with him. Now, Dan, we know the Knicks are here. We know they're there. They're in third with Atlanta, and everybody else is kind of figured out except the final spot. And we come and talk about the play-ins. Now, if it wasn't for this great guy sitting right here, I would have made completed and screwed up when this was going to start. So I am so glad that Dan and I get together a few minutes before and discuss what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So starting tonight, we have the play-ins. Dan, you want to bring us into the play-ins for tonight?
Playing Tuesday, we have Miami and Charlotte. Excuse me. Charlotte will be hosting this game. Um, this is the ninth and 10th place battle. The loser goes home. The winner moves on to the second play-in that will then determine who gets the real eighth seeded spot in this one. And then, of course, we have Portland and Phoenix, the Trailblazers going to the Suns. This is the seventh and eighth place matchup. The loser goes to the second game to determine the eighth seed, the real eighth seed, and then the winner gets the seventh, the actual seventh seed.
Okay, that covers the 14th. And then Dan gets to take a breath of air. We'll let him get a breath of air and breathe. Because tomorrow night, he's got to talk about two more games. Dan, tomorrow
Yeah.
night, we got two other play-ins. Go for
Yep.
it.
Yeah, Orlando going to Philly, Magic. Let's see what the Magic can do. They had a good effort against Boston. And then this is the Eastern Conference seventh and eighth spot. Again, winner gets the seventh seed. Then Golden State, the Warriors facing the LA Clippers in the ninth and 10th place spots. Loser goes home, winner goes to the second play-in to determine the eighth seed.
Now,
I
Dan,
mean,
I mean, to think that the Golden State Warriors are in the play-in is kind of a shocker, but I guess when you lose your star for so long due to injury, you know.
yeah, uh, and look, the Warriors are not a great team anymore, at least. Um, but the fact that are able, this was a very tough Western Conference,
Oh, it is.
very up and down, very very tough Western Conference. The fact that they're able to get to the play-in general, based on where they're at, is a testament to Steve Kerr's coach and the veteran leadership of Steph Curry, even though he's missed a lot of time this year. Um, the fact that you still have the veteran leadership of Steph Curry and that you can trust him to make big time plays, get the wins needed to at least have a chance at playing in the playoffs. You know, the Warriors, I give them a lot of respect. And a lot of respect goes also to the Clippers, who played very well this year. They were up and down to start the year, didn't get off great, but figured it out. Were able to get that play in. They're hosting. And then yeah, man, no, this is a good matchup. The Clippers are favored to win, obviously. And oh man. Um, Interesting playing teams this year.
So, of the four teams that are going to be battling it out in the Eastern Conference, since that's where the Knicks are,
Yeah.
which one of the four do you want to make it, and which one of the four do you want it to be bounced out fast?
I really don't want Philly. I don't want
Okay, so Philly to be bounced out.
I want Philly to be gone because and look, miracles happen once in a while when you believe. If the Sixers get the seven and they face the Celtics and beat the Celtics, Knicks win their first round series. It's a
The
problem.
Knicks have not done
That's a problem. Nick,
anything against the Sixers
like here's the
all year.
deal. The Knicks have faced the Sixers all year, haven't done a great job against them. They have our number. And I know they're also dealing with injuries, Embiid and all that stuff, but they have their number. They always do. So Philly, if you can do us a favor and help out the Orlando Magic, let them get that seventh seed. Look, if you want to take the eighth seed and face Detroit, that's fine. You can do that and get your
Okay.
ass kicked over there. But stay away from the seven. Stay away from that.
For
And
me,
then
I also agree.
also, yeah, so Sixers are my top choice.
Yeah,
Uh,
my top choice to get kicked out are the Sixers. I agree there. Now, for the three left, who would you want to see make it?
I would like to see what the Hornets can do.
Okay.
I would like to see what the Hornets can do. I think this is a team that's up and coming. Um, it's great to finally see LaMelo Ball do his thing. Let's see what they can do. Like I'm curious. Can they beat the Heat?
Oh, for me, I like to
I think they
see.
can. They're a good team.
I like to see the Magic get in. I think
Okay.
they've played tight all year. Averaging 8 rebounds and 22 points a game. Jalen Suggs having a great season of 5 assists and almost 2 steals a game. And then Franz Wagner's had a good year. Desmond Baines had a good year. I mean, they have players. It's just a lot of turnovers and a lot of mistakes. Also, a lot of fouls as I'm looking right here right now. I give the Magic a few years to start getting it put together a little bit, but they got the guys in place to go further. Just
Yeah.
I would just like to see them get in to see how well they can react in a higher pressure situation.
Yeah. But by the way, can we give credit to the Southeast Division in the Eastern Conference? Four, four teams out of five, at the very least, got playing berth.
Now, the question, when it comes down to it in the end, whether it's gonna be Charlotte, whether it's gonna be OKC or not, you have to figure it's gonna be that's where the destin is, and that's what you're gonna be thinking about. And I don't know if there's anybody who can beat the Thunder. I really don't. I think they're that good. So, I mean, hey, my Knicks are there. I'm gonna be going ballistic.
Hmm.
I'm gonna be happy and I'm gonna be cheering. I'm gonna be afraid because I'm intimidated by that team, and I can't believe that any Knicks fan would out there say they're not intimidated by the Thunder.
No, I mean, but here's the thing about let's just say miraculously the Knicks get to the finals. They face OKC. Knicks have played OKC very well.
And
Like
that's the
it's not crazy to think based on how we played against them. Again, the Knicks couldn't down the stretch the last time around, couldn't get couldn't get it done. It's not crazy to think that they can steal a game in the
right.
final. So uh, ultimately, I think it runs through OKC. Like there, no one like it's either them or San Antonio.
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
OKC is better than San Antonio.
I do too, and I think San Antonio, is not too. Far away itself. I mean,
Yeah.
with just what they have. But I think all roads lead through the Thunder. Um, and if that's the way it happens this year, next year is next year. However, if my Knicks are in it this year, Dan said it perfectly. They played them tightly. The Knicks never got blown out by them. They
Mm,
lost by 3 and they lost by 7. That's optimism. That's something
yeah.
to be optimistic about.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to bring us to the end of our first regular season of the Six Man Up.
24 episodes, Mark. Like
24. We made 24 episodes in our first season, Dan. That works. That checks.
pretty dope.
We know you're out there, Jalen. I'm wearing you. Just like and subscribe. You know you can do it. That's all he wants to be doing is listening to my ass before a game. He'd be up there saying joke track. No. Please tune in Saturday. We will make an announcement on our Facebook page. So make sure you're checking out the Facebook page, the Sports Insanity Network, at what time we plan to go live for the Knicks' first playoff game against the Atlanta Hawks. You can follow us here at www.thesportsinsanitynetwork.com for all your blogs and vlogs. Go to X at SInsanityReal to check out The 6 man up. We got batters up posting up on there. The original, the award winning. It's called the Halpern Award winning. SIP is up on there every Monday and Friday. Dan and Bill drop from the original podcast that started it all. We got Breakaway Bandits that just dropped. Unbelievably, we're supposed to say congratulations to Nate Moser for the Buffalo Sabres making the playoffs.
Not only making the playoffs, more, they won their division.
Mind you, I know nothing about hockey, so so I mean, I'm just giving Nate his just due as I
Nate,
was asked
look,
to.
Nate has every reason to be excited. Buffalo sports is officially like it's
As,
back, baby. Like,
as long as they don't copy the Bills and go 0-4 over the next 4 years.
oh no, oh my God. Okay.
Poor
Oh my
Nate.
God.
Sorry, Nate. Sorry, Nate. We love you. Check out the Face Turn Our Wrestling podcast. Check out our newest podcast, Troy's Adventures in Baseball. That just dropped. Summer's Picks starts tonight. It'll be dropping for Saturday night, so you'll be able to go with my puppy on her picks for this Sunday's baseball. Everybody, thank you very much for joining us on this first part of our way. We can't wait to see you joining in. We will be having extras. So you could expect others such as Bill Murphy, Lawrence Patchan Lang, Mike, the pun master Rifkin to keep us all with the color commentary coming in and out. And I'm going to end it on this, Dan. Go New York, go New York, go.
I'm ready, babe. I'm ready.